What is up, guys? It is Robert of Gaming with Me, and welcome to a video talking about video games. Holy shit, can you believe that? I can't. But basically, as we know, there's a lot of types of video games. There's the platformers and the horrors. I just forgot genres. Regardless, there's different types, right? And there's some that you just can't even fit into a category. You're just like, what the fuck is that? We're here to talk about those weird ass games that are just like, what? You start to think like, what were they on when they were making these games? And there's actually a good amount of them actually. And so I actually kind of made a list of like, I think the definitive 10 that are just absolutely bonkers. Bonkers? I never even say bonkers. That's how fucking weird it is. It's just, they're weird ass games. Let's talk about it. The first one is the one that everyone knows, and that is Seaman. I know it's Seaman, but Seaman, and for the Dreamcast. Now this game, where do you even begin, dude? What's crazy about this game is honestly, it's like my most wanted Sega Dreamcast game. I'm not even gonna lie. I want to play this game a lot because it utilizes a mic that you could attach to your Dreamcast, and it's so damn crazy that you're talking to this virtual fish man type of thing. He will talk to you and he will honestly like trash talk you, and it's voiced by Spock from Star Trek, dude. Like, what was the signing of this? Like, imagine him voicing all these type of things. Like, he asked about like your family and shit. It's the craziest thing ever. And you slowly, over the course of days and stuff, will have him grow and evolve into like toads and shit, and they will have like sex right in front of you, and then one of them dies. Hell, even booting up the game, it will tell you, it's like, it seems you're a bit obsessed. Hopefully it's not hopefully Seaman is not taking away from your daily routine. Like, what the fuck? But yeah, Seaman is definitely it's one that we all know, so I wanted to do the first one that I think everyone would really know. So yeah, Seaman for the Dreamcast. The next game is Muscle March. Muscle March is on the Wii, and I don't think it came to the US, at least I don't think so. Muscle March is all about, it's kind of like, you ever heard of Hole in the Wall, that game where basically something's coming towards you, you got to take the shape of it. So it's all muscular motherfuckers, like these jack dudes running in a line. And you have to pose like this, like that, just basically like that the whole time, and that's the whole game. But it's got its style, I guess. But you just think about it, and you're like, who made this? What kind of board meeting was this? Where it's like, let's make a game with these very jacked, shredded dudes, and you have to pose like them. That's it. There's also a jacked woman. There's a jacked woman, and there's a polar bear who actually isn't jacked. That polar bear does not look jacked, to be honest. What the fuck? But Muscle March was on the Wii, and man, I gotta pick that up one day, yo, just to flex and with these shredded dudes. What? The next game I have is Japan World Cup, which is essentially, it's kind of a game, but you're basically spectating. You're placing bets on racers, horse racers, and they're not really horses. A lot of time they're not really horses, and at first it's just like, okay, it's just a normal horse, and then all of a sudden there'll be a giraffe, and then there'll be a robotic horse. There's a zebra. I mean, it's the most bizarre shit, and you place bets on them, and you just watch the race. I don't understand what they're saying because it's in Japanese, but there's a ton of videos online that are absolutely hilarious. People just spectating, rooting for their horse. Explaining it doesn't even do it justice, because you have to just watch a full race where you're like, dude, what the fuck are they doing? They have like these horses that will stretch out and then become like a rocket. I don't know who thought of that. Who thinks that? I mean, it's creative, I guess. But hey, you know, there you go. The next game I have is Boonga Boonga. Oh boy, this is a interesting one. So in Japan, the arcades, of course, there was a game that apparently was well received too. So Jesus, it's an ass. So the arcade machine is an ass, a pants ass, and you spank it. I'm not even joking. So basically, you pick between a bunch of different characters or victims. One of them being a child molester, which I guess is a good thing. I don't know. You know, what you do is you take. They also have like this gun kind of thing, but it's actually like a finger, and you stick it into their ass, and they go oh on screen. It's a game. It's real. It's real, and apparently it was well received. That would never fly in the U.S. First of all, that would never fucking fly in the U.S. But you know what? That's why I need to go to Japan so we could stop all the child molesters, yo, by stabbing them in the ass. I don't know. Is that? I don't know. Is that how you stop people? But hey. That's that. They also have characters like mother-in-law and I think like prostitute and stuff. I don't know. It's very odd. It's very odd, and it would never fly in the U.S. But hey, in Japan though, you got a pants and you could just stab it, and then you see them on the face going ah. Hey, there you go. That's weird. That is weird. The next game I have is Plumbers Don't Wear Ties, and what that is a game on the 3DO, and basically. On there was a lot of interactive games, you know, literally live action FMV movies, basically. They're also kind of video games. But this one was so bad. It wasn't even a movie. It was just a slideshow. It was screenshots with some audio over. And it's fucking bizarre. Because the only thing that is like a movie is the very beginning with a woman in his bra. A woman in his bra. A woman in her bra. And it's just bizarre. I know the Angry Video Game Nerd made an episode on it, and it's absolutely hilarious. Definitely check that out. I mean, to be fair, he's so much bigger. You probably already seen it, but it's really damn funny. All it is that these two characters' parents are telling them to find a man and a woman and have some babies because they need grandkids. And it's just like, what the fuck is even going on? Because then the whole story is like the woman goes to get a job interview, and then if she doesn't strip down to her clothing, he's gonna like not give her the job. And then even when she runs away, she's already topless. Not literally topless, but then there's just a giant chasing scene, and apparently that's the whole game. And it's slideshows. There's random filters that get placed on every single photo, and it's just like, what the fuck? Who the fuck makes this? And it's like, this is gonna sell. We got this. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, people put money technically towards it, or at least maybe just the cartridges. Maybe that's all it was. I don't know. How does that work? Who? What? I don't know. The next game that I have is LSD Dream Emulator, which is on the PS1, and I gotta say, I want to pick this up. This is very strange and weird, but I love the concept of this. And what it is this one developer would just write down his dreams in a dream journal, which I do pretty damn often. I do that every time I remember my dream. I write it down. And they made a game out of it. I mean, it's on the PS1, and it's pretty fucked. It's pretty odd, and nothing makes sense, you know, because dreams don't necessarily make sense. So imagine making a complex dream in a very not very powerful console. It's definitely not going to be the greatest picture, but it's very odd, and it makes no sense. And it's just like, why, you know, that's why it's kind of pretty much called LSD, because you don't know what the fuck's going on, and it's almost like you're having a trip. And it's honestly the coolest idea that I think is on the actual list, and I would love to see someone revisit that idea. I think it's super weird, but it could potentially be pretty damn cool. And yeah, LSD, dude. The next game is Cho Aniki. Oh boy. Cho Aniki is a game, it's a shoot 'em up, and it's all it's all muscular dudes, and you play as like a muscular dude shooting other muscular dudes, and at one point you're fighting this giant muscular dude boss whose cock is all robotic. It comes out, and like shoots at you, and it's just like, what the fuck? Who thought of this? And why would they make a game of this? I can't believe it. And they did. They made it. They made it. They made a game on it, and it exists. I mean, honestly, you watch some videos on it, you're just like, what the fuck? Who thinks of this? Who thinks of this type of shit? I mean, I could understand you thinking of it. Like, I could, imagine, say, give me the craziest idea. Oh, what about you play as a shirtless dude and shoot other shirtless dudes, jacked shirtless dudes? That'd be hilarious. Yeah. But you don't make them. But they made it. They were like, yo, let's do it. I mean, it's funny, it's odd, but it definitely is very, very weird. The next game is Brief Karate Foolish. Now, Brief Karate Foolish was on the Steam store, which, to be fair, there's so much weird shit on the Steam store. You could probably find a million more. But this one, I think, takes the cake in terms of people that these dudes, these dudes wanted to make a game based on themselves, a fighting game based on themselves, in just their underwear. So all they wore was underwear, and it's a fighting game. That's all I have to say. You just see some footage and you're just like, man, I can't believe someone made this. And the battles, yo, I was looking up, these battles going for pretty long, yo. Usually, rounds are pretty quick, but these dudes, I don't even know, maybe it's trying to be realistic, like they just can't hit that hard, like they're not that deadly, but like it's definitely odd. You got this one dude that's as a cat. Other people, I'm shocked. The next game is Rinse and Repeat. Another game about a jack dude where you wash him. It's so funny though. I'm not even gonna lie. It's so fucking funny. You got a dude in a shower. You got this dude in a shower. He comes to you and he's like, "Hey man, you could wash my abs." And so you start washing. You have to like just move like basically the mouse over and wash his abs or wash his arm, his back, his nipple, his ass. I forgot, you just wash his ass, and then eventually, you based on how well you rub him, he tells you if it was good or not. and you keep repeating the process. And what's so funny is when you rub him, he's just like, "Oh man, keep going, work that shit." It's the funniest shit ever. And it's just like, what the fuck, yo? I mean, obviously this is a huge parody. Like, no way does that guy think it's like a serious game, but it's so damn funny. And it's weird though. I mean, it's weird. You know what I mean? Rinse and repeat. Washing dudes in the shower, and then the more you wash, the background characters start like making out and shit. It's pretty intense, yo. Hey, there's a game for everyone, I guess. And the last game that I have on my list is Plug and Play. I think this is on the Steam store, I believe. This game also is just so odd. It's like a plug. Imagine a plug as a human, and then eventually there's these two plugs that will like plug into each other, and it's like, oh, they like love each other. And then as you go on, the plug starts going inside of other plugs, like through their ass. It's pretty intense. It's pretty intense, yo. And there you go. Plug and play. I mean, I have nothing more to say. It's just you gotta see it for yourself, and just the insertion. It's so, you could just feel it. You feel it. You're like, oh my god, that would be painful as fuck. But these guys love it. And hey, you know what? That's more power, literally, I guess, electrical power to them. So yeah, guys, that's my list of the weirdest games that I was researching that I could find, that I feel like, yeah, this probably be a good top weird games. So yeah, guys, let me know down in the comments below, what's the weirdest game that you've ever seen? I'm sure there's a million more that are even weirder, and there's so many, and you gotta love them. You gotta love these weird games because they're entertaining, they're fucking weird, and that's all great. We don't need every game to not be weird. We need some rubbing dudes in showers. We need that shit. So yeah, guys, see you guys next time. Let me know what you thought in the comments below. Are you gonna pick up any of these games? Are you gonna play any of them? Let me know down in the comments below. Any of them interest you? I know there's actually a few. That LSD one, I think that's pretty interesting. Seaman, of course, rinse and repeat. No, but alright. See you guys next time. Peace.
Wanna see my family. I know I'm on my dying days. My heart is taking over me. I no longer wanna feel the pain, cause if it was strain, going insane. But I wanna see my family. There's a lot of shit I regret. I know we can't change it, but I wish I keep my kids a bed, that roof over their head. Anger management, yeah, I wish I heard of it. I brought up my kids a certain way, cause